Tonight, new details about the suspect involved in a deadly attack at the U.S. Capitol today. Plus, local business owners are incentivizing their employees to get a vaccine in hopes of avoiding another shutdown. And later, as we head into this Easter weekend, there's new recommendations from the CDC for those looking to travel.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. A Capitol Hill police officer was killed and another injured after a man rammed into them with his car. They were stationed at a security checkpoint outside the Capitol, which is once again a crime scene less than 3 months after the January 6th insurrection. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry is near the Capitol building with the latest.
Law enforcement sources say the suspect in Friday's deadly attack just outside the Capitol is 25-year-old Noah R. Green. The driver was shot and killed after ramming a blue Nissan into 2 Capitol police officers before hitting a security barricade just 100 yards from the building. He then got out of the car with a knife in hand.
The suspect did start lunging toward U.S. Capitol police officers, at which time U.S. Capitol police officers fired upon the suspect.
Officials say the attacker managed to stab an officer before police shot him.
It is with a very, very heavy heart that I announce one of our officers has succumbed to his injuries.
The fallen officer, William Billy Evans, is an 18-year veteran of the force. A second Capitol police officer was injured and airlifted to a nearby hospital, while police and National Guard troops swarmed the area. The incident comes despite very tight security, nearly 3 months after supporters of then-President Trump stormed the Capitol.
Representative Tim Ryan, who chairs the subcommittee that oversees the Capitol Police, is urging lawmakers to unite on bolstering security.
I think it's just a time for us to elevate the conversation, to be adults about how sensitive this is, how important it is to try to get this right, and it can't fall into the other political arguments that we're having.
Authorities still searching for motives say Green was not previously known to police or on any watch lists and appears to be a single actor. While the nation grieves again, President Biden ordered White House flags lowered to half staff. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
The injured Capitol police officer was reported in stable and non-threatening condition this evening. With the windy and dry conditions we saw today, the DNR is warning people about fire danger. With this year's early spring, the Northland is now in fire season. That's 2 to 4 weeks earlier than normal. The Wisconsin DNR says fires are often caused by burning debris, equipment sparks, and campfires. To prepare for the worst, the DNR has emergency engines, tractor plows, and all of their staff on call. If a fire does happen, experts say don't try to put it out by yourself.
It's important to dial 911 immediately. Don't try to suppress a fire yourself. We have seen some cases. And also, if you notice any suspicious activity out there, we have had some cases of arson as well over the last week. So certainly report those to local law enforcement.
For the latest on fire bans and safety tips, we have a link on our website, cbs3duluth.com. Multiple fire departments responded to a house fire in Floodwood this morning. Firefighters responded to the home along Highway 73 just before 9:30. High winds and a 500-gallon propane tank located near the home caused some concern. No one was home at the time. No word yet on what caused the fire. Well, Dave's here for a first check of the weather. We've been kind of talking about this all day long. Those winds and just the weather conditions in general are good for fire conditions, which is not good.
That's a good way to put it there, Kristen. The relative humidities are down. The winds are up. And temperatures up as well, all make it easier for things to light up out there. High temps today were warmer than normal. Normal's around 41, 42. Closest to that was up in Cook County, where a lot of that zone got to 43 degrees. But other than that, a lot of us pushed up into the 50s today, and the 60s are probably going to happen tomorrow in conjunction with a fairly dry atmosphere. Right now, there is a small low skirting north of the border, but any precip chance for the rest of our area is pretty light. It's really just going to be cloudy for a couple of hours. Then it's going to dry up again and clear up again tomorrow and warm up like I mentioned. Starting at 35 tomorrow morning, we'll finish around 64, even 65 degrees. at least for Saturday. Come Sunday, it will cool down just a hair, and we do have a rain chance that may be with us on Monday. I'll talk about if it's a good chance or keep your fingers crossed chance coming up in a few more minutes.
Okay, thanks, Dave. Ensuring safety for employees, customers, and beyond. That's the hope behind a Duluth restaurant group's new vaccine incentive program. CBS 3's Emma Quinn explains the VIP program and how they hope it will help business as summer tourism season approaches.
Keeping employees protected with a little cash encouragement.
How a lot of companies around the U.S. were encouraging their employees to be a part of that solution and get their vaccine.
The owners of Duluth restaurants, the Boat Club and Vanilla Bean Cafe, on Friday launched the Vaccine Incentive Program, or VIP program, to encourage restaurant staff to get the COVID-19 vaccine.
For every employee that shows us their completed vaccination card, which means both of their vaccines have been completed, if they do so by July 1st, they'll get $50 cash right away, and they're going to be in the drawing to win two $250 Super One gift cards. So.
Owner Jason Vincent is hoping getting employees vaccinated will prevent community spread.
But we also want to protect our guests that are coming to dine with us. We want to protect their coworkers, and we also want to protect our business.
The Duluth Chamber of Commerce says with more vaccination efforts, we could soon see businesses reopening at full capacity.
Faster that we can open our businesses in full capacity, the faster recovery will happen for our small businesses. More people will start to regain their employment, and it's going to be overall really good for our economy.
Marketing Director Chris Johnson says while the economic recovery process will take time, they're looking forward to making progress as the summer season approaches.
We expect this to be a slow recovery, but even still, we're seeing leaps and bounds ahead of where we were last year.
According to Forbes magazine, larger businesses participating in similar incentive programs are Dollar General, Trader Joe's, Aldi, and Chobani Yogurt. Well, we are at the end of the last week of the limitations on which adults can get the COVID-19 vaccine in Wisconsin. And heading into next week, doses coming into the state are steadily rising. The DHS said this week that while small increases in Moderna and Pfizer are still expected, most of the rise will be from Johnson & Johnson.
Last week, we received 34,000 doses of Johnson & Johnson. And we expect to continue to see regular increases in that amount in the month of April.
Overall, there was a 42% increase in all vaccines given out in Wisconsin from February to March. Vaccinators are urging patience, as vaccines for everyone doesn't mean vaccines for everyone right away. Michigan has had the country's highest COVID-19 infection rate over the past week. For 2 days in a row, Michigan reported more than 6,000 positive COVID-19 cases. That trend is causing concern among health officials, especially since tens of thousands of people in the state are getting the vaccine every day. State leaders are urging residents to wear masks, socially distance, avoid crowds, and make a plan to be vaccinated.
We may be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, but we are still in the tunnel, and it bears repeating. The best thing that we can do right now is to follow the protocols, wear your masks, wash your hands, stay socially distanced, get your vaccine.
The state has reported its first case of a coronavirus variant that was initially identified in Brazil. The variant appears to be more contagious than other strains, and there are concerns it might affect both vaccine-induced and natural immunity. There is new guidance tonight from the CDC, dramatically easing travel recommendations for those who have been fully vaccinated. Here's CBS's Errol Barnett.
In Houston, travelers are optimistic.
I feel safer to travel.
The CDC has announced guidance for vaccinated Americans wanting to fly. United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby.
It's an important step that the CDC announced to confirm that it's okay to travel, particularly once you're vaccinated or you're in a low-risk category.
Feels like the industry is turning a corner.
Well, it is great that it feels like we can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Air travel has already been on the upswing. The TSA reports 22 straight days of more than 1 million flyers in the U.S. American Airlines domestic bookings are at 90% of pre-pandemic levels, and Delta flights will no longer block middle seats as of May 1st. However, COVID cases are also up, possibly fueled by contagious variants, so the CDC still discourages international and non-essential domestic travel.
We know that right now we have a surging number of cases. I would advocate against general travel overall.
Good morning, everyone. We'll be right with you.
With summer fast approaching, Kirby says United will not require a so-called vaccine passport for passengers at this time, but will support countries that do.
We are supportive of those policies as a way to begin bringing down barriers to travel, opening up borders, and getting the world back to normal.
The CDC still advises against non-essential air travel, but many of the flyers we spoke with feel more comfortable because they've been vaccinated. And the expectation is 1 million more people will take to the skies this holiday weekend. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, for many years, Amtrak has been pushing for a railroad route connecting the Twin Ports to the Twin Cities. Tonight, we're learning if the funding will be available this time around.
All right. Taking a quick look at the forecast for the overnight here. I'll slide out of the way so you can see it a little bit better. 35 for the low temp, a lot better than it's been lately. And that's a sign that warmer things are to come. We'll talk about for how long we'll stick around coming up after our break.
Local news and local weather here on CBS 3.
It's Home Furniture's two-day sale this Friday and Saturday only. Get up to 10% off sale prices and 0 down, no interest financing for 12 months. Plus free no-contact shipping. The two-day sale, Friday and Saturday, only at Home Furniture.
Taco John's asks, what is a valedictorian? A valedictorian is smart enough to recognize a top-of-its-class value menu has graduated to guac, bacon, and steak. And with prices like $1, $2, or $3, you don't even need to study. Try the new Valuist menu today. Taco John's.
Hey Northland, Link RV has just opened a brand new 18,000 square foot service and parts facility to meet all your RV needs. With 12 service bays and our brand new parts showroom, we're sure to have everything you're looking for. Link RV, our reputation is everything.
Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. Because of this, we built Ford Edge with intelligent all-wheel drive. Because of this, we built Ford EcoSport to give you traction when and where you need it. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now, for a limited time, get $5,000 in total cash on an Edge, only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Hello from DBS Repair, your local experts in all things basement-y. Since 2012, we've helped thousands of cabin and homeowners in Minnesota and Wisconsin. We specialize in basement waterproofing, foundation and structural repair, concrete lifting and leveling, whole home energy, nasty crawl spaces, and basement finishing too. If you have a wet basement, moldy crawl space, or sunken concrete, our team of experts have the trusted solutions to help. Call DBS today for all things basement-y.
Injured? Call Stockman Law Office. Auto collisions, work injuries, all injuries. Call anytime, 218-576-8599. Free consultation, no recovery, no fee. Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries, serious law.
If it's important to our nation,
The country is facing yet another unprecedented crisis.
it's on Face the Nation, making politics make sense. The why behind the biggest stories. Face the Nation on CBS.
Home Seasonal Concepts is now open with the largest selection of outdoor furniture on sale. Plus, get a free fabric upgrade on custom or special order cushions and slings from Homecrest Outdoor Living and Tropitone. And free no-contact garage drop shipping. Now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. Weeknights on CBS.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Kristen's talking about vintage jet skiing, those old machines where you got to stand up, and I'm thinking at my age, I don't know if I'll be able to stand up if I even came across one. Well, conditions right now are not conducive to jet skiing yet, at least up in the Ely area. This picture comes in from my old high school classmate, Linda Enquist Vandenbranden. And it's still icy up in that neck of the woods. We're seeing still some pretty thick ice cover despite the threat of early ice out for a lot of other lakes. But it was also a beautiful picture. A couple of clouds in the sky made for a beautiful sunset reflected in the bare patches of ice you're seeing on the lake there. Well, the clouds are coming by tonight from a small low that's up to our north that probably won't bring us any rain. We have to wait until Monday for our rain. From now until then, it's going to be dry and beautiful, but we have to be cautious because of the increased fire risk. Current conditions first, though, before we move on. 48 degrees at the airport, 37% for the relative humidity, south wind 11 miles per hour, and an air pressure reading that is a notch on the high side at 29.98 inches of mercury. Current temperatures still a bit on the warmer side as well. After we perked up today into the 50s, our low temperatures, or our current temperatures, are in the 40s for a lot of places, like in the Upper Peninsula, 41 to 45. Northern Wisconsin's there as well, looking at 49 degrees in Superior, 46 in Solon Springs, and another 49 to talk about in Ashland. 50 degrees still in Moose Lake, but down to 34 for Two Harbors, 45 Ely, 46 Grand Rapids, 36 International Falls. A lot of 30s should fall upon the region for lows by tomorrow morning. But again, a couple of towns in the low-lying areas here, again, Embarrass and outside of Hayward, could drop into the 20s at least briefly and for a little while, which means the same thing, doesn't it? All right, let's take a look at the Doppler map here. There's those clouds coming in from a low-pressure system that is centered up to our north. It's a small, occluded low, which is a sign that it's dying and passing away, and that is not going to be bringing us the rain that we need. No. For Saturday and Sunday, higher pressure to the south will keep us sunny and keep us warm. 60s tomorrow, 50s on Sunday. It's Monday. That's the day when a low-pressure system struggling over the Rockies will get into the plains and come our way, and with whatever moisture it has left after that trip, try to bring us some rain, even some isolated thunderstorms Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Doesn't look like a really big soaker, but, you know, we'll take it. What are we getting tonight? What do we have to take, whether we like it or not? Minnesota temperature is about 30 to 38 with a partly cloudy sky. Wisconsin, Michigan temperatures mid-30s, south wind 5 to 15. For tomorrow, a sunny day for Wisconsin and the UP with high temps running 60 to 68 degrees. Normal is 42 or so. Minnesota high temps by the lake about 55 to 62, but mid to upper 60s farther inland. And then we get into Sunday when Easter comes up a little bit cloudier, just a hair cooler with 58 degrees. And then there's our rain chance Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Kristen, the best chance for rain of those 3 days will be a 40% shot on Monday. Could be a couple of thunderstorms to add a little excitement. Very slight chance for sprinkles Tuesday. Follow up from the tail end of the low on Wednesday. Then after that, it gets cooler again. By Thursday, we fall back into the 40s. So this trip to the 60s tomorrow is something to be savored because it will not last.
Maybe tomorrow should be the day to hunt for some Easter eggs. Sunday doesn't look too bad either, though.
Or fire up that vintage jet ski you were telling me about. Maybe you folks over towards Chisholm-Hibbing have some more open water than we do up near Ely.
See what we can do.
All right.
I'll keep you posted, Dave.
Excellent.
Earlier this week, Amtrak released a map of proposed new rail routes across the U.S. It includes the Northern Lights Express route that would connect the Twin Ports to the Twin Cities. Funding would come from President Biden's new infrastructure proposal, aiming to give $80 billion to expand the country's railways. CBS3's Natalie Grant is taking a look at how the money would be a game changer for NLX, which has been in the works for more than 2 decades, but never become reality.
The 21-year-old Northern Lights Express plan found new hope this week, as the president said connecting our country via railroad is a priority through his latest proposal.
The Northern Lights Express is a 2-hour and 20-minute train ride that averages about 70 miles per hour. It will connect people of the Twin Cities at Target Field up here to Duluth Superior, making several other stops along the way.
With the price tag of $500 million, it has been a challenge to get state support. But according to Ken Buehler, who's chair of the NLX Technical Advisory Committee, federal funding could finally make this plan a reality.
In the past, the funding to get it started would have had to come from state of Minnesota, state of Wisconsin, and other local sources. And quite frankly, that money does not exist.
Buehler says so much planning has been done in 2 decades. NLX is shovel ready for whenever that federal money arrives.
We have what's known as a finding of no significant impact, which means we have gone through environmental reviews, we've done feasibility studies, route alternative analysis, and we're ready to go.
Bueller says the project would benefit the Twin Ports by creating jobs and flexibility of travel. Now the challenge is getting more lawmakers to hop on board.
We'll be contacting our elected officials. We have a grassroots effort that we're working on that will kick off next week, and we will hopefully flood our elected representatives with NLX, NLX, NLX.
Next week, Bueller will be testifying before the Minnesota House, pitching a $15.5 million repair of the Grassy Point drawbridge, which connects Duluth to Superior via rail. Repairs would shorten the ride time. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, as more folks get vaccinated, it appears more people are also getting hired. We'll have the details next.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
At UCare, we have something to say to all our members, new and old. Thanks for choosing UCare, giving us more reasons to keep moving forward and doing what we do best, answering questions and helping members make the most of their plan benefits. Because we're simplifiers, decomplicators, and, well, figure-outers. Call or go online. We're here for you. Hey, we're always around somewhere.
Looking for a home run on your next home project? Don't strike out by using someone out of left field who makes errors, balks at your needs, isn't safe, and gives you the squeeze by charging double. Your home improvement company aced my window project, and working with them was a walk in the park. They never sacrifice quality, and you can count on them to avoid curveballs and save you time. Plus, they clean up, which is a big relief. Your home improvement company is a huge hit in Twins territory, even if their owner is a bit of a screwball.
Race in for a great deal now on the Honda CR-V. The Honda Dream Garage Spring Event is here. If it's important to our nation,
The country is facing yet another unprecedented crisis.
it's on Face the Nation.
Were there COVID deniers in the White House?
Making politics make sense.
What do you think happened here?
The why behind the biggest stories. Face the Nation with Margaret Brennan on CBS.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Heart attacks and strokes happen, even in the midst of COVID-19, and at least one will occur while you're watching this. Heart attacks and strokes are medical emergencies. If you experience symptoms of a heart attack or stroke, do not delay seeking care. Call 911 immediately. Hospitals are prepared and can safely treat you. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus to learn more.
And coming up Monday on CBS 3 this morning, it's our weekly Eye on Lifestyle. We're sharing tips on how to refocus your energy. So tune in with me and meteorologist Caitlin Moffitt at 5 a.m.
Welcome to CBS This Morning. We have a lot of news today.
Watch Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel on CBS This Morning. Weekday mornings only on CBS.
Good news this month on the unemployment front as the nation's employers went on a hiring spree in March, adding nearly 1 million jobs to the economy. With more people vaccinated and stimulus money fueling the economy, employers added 916,000 jobs last month, the biggest gain since last summer. On top of that, the unemployment rate dipped to 6%. Job growth was widespread, with the biggest gains in leisure and hospitality, education, and construction.
Yes, we had many thousands of jobs recovered in the leisure and hospitality segment, which has been the leading edge of job loss. But even with that, there's still 3 million jobs to recover there alone.
The economy as a whole is still more than 8 million jobs short of pre-pandemic levels. President Biden said his $2 trillion infrastructure proposal will create millions of more jobs. And a new poll from the Associated Press finds 46% of Americans view the economy as good, 9% more than felt that way last month. Coming up in sports, less than 1 week away from UMD beginning their run to the Frozen Four. Why this one is a little more special this year. Kelly will tell us next.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
Introducing the Cool Turtle, the ultra-comfortable mask enhancer that creates a protective, cool, and breathable space between your mask and your face. Simply slide under any mask or gaiter and immediately feel the refreshing pocket of air surrounding your face. Cool Turtle's ergonomically designed, soft, comfortable shell immediately reduces mask friction, allowing you to breathe and talk in a comfortable environment.
I can actually breathe. With the Cool Turtle, no more sweating.
It's like I don't even have a mask on.
Call now and get not 1, not 2, but 3 Cool Turtles for just $10. Order now and we'll send you 2 more Cool Turtles free. No fees, absolutely free. Plus, you can get a 10-pack of 4-ply face masks. Just pay a separate fee. This offer is not available on Amazon. Get the real Cool Turtle now.
Call 1-800-379-1590. That's 1-800-379-1590 or visit getcoolturtle.com. Order now.
USAA insurance for members like Kate. A former Army medic made of the flexibility to handle whatever Monday has in store and tackle 4 things at once. So when her car got hit, she didn't worry. She simply filed a claim on her USAA app and said,
I've got this.
USAA insurance is made the way Kate needs it. Easy. She can even pick her payment plan, so it's easy on her budget and her life. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the truck of the future for everyone. Ford F-150. With best-in-class available towing and payload and an available interior work surface. It's built to work hard and smart. Because the truck of the future isn't built for a few. It's built for America. Ford F-150. Drive one today. Now, get $3,000 in total savings on a 2021 F-150. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Sports are my passion and the love of my life. And when you watch a sportscast, the biggest compliment that I get is that you seem so excited about what you're talking about. And that's not an act for me. Who doesn't want to see someone, deliver their news in a fun way? So if you love it, I love it. You're gonna see the authenticity that I think I bring.
Watch Sports with Kelly Hinsett weeknights on Live Local CBS3.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke. Tuesdays at 10 only on Live Local CBS3. Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinsett.
Well, crazy to think, but about a week from now, it will be Frozen Four time for the UMD men's hockey team. And just a year ago, the Bulldogs had any sort of postseason run halted because of COVID-19. As fans will remember, many guys unknowingly played their final collegiate games before setting out for pro careers. So this year, there's certainly an added layer of motivation for this year's squad, knowing the current guys are playing for the guys that never had the chance for that three-peat.
Obviously, they're super excited for us, all of them. Everyone from our team last year was congratulating us and everything. So it's pretty cool kind of to see everyone else, and we know that they're super happy for us too.
It's tough for those guys last year. I mean, it'll definitely mean a little bit too to kind of fight for them too. The Chefs, the Wolfies, or the Scotties that have got to move on, the Richies. Just goes back to that culture. Like, we just expect to be here and we want to win every single year, and we're going to do the best we can to make that happen.
The shot for another title begins next Thursday in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Frozen Four. UMD takes on UMass in the semifinals. While one Frozen Four run is just beginning, Bulldog fans are still reeling from the women's run out in Erie, PA just a few weeks ago. 3 total UMD Bulldogs were named to the USCHO All-American list today, the most since the 2016-2017 season. Senior forward Ashton Bell was named first team All-Selection. She is the first UMD blue liner to harness the award in a decade. Alongside Bell, junior goaltender Emma Soderberg to second team and senior forward Anna Klein to the third team selection. And it's about time for a Team Schuster update. The Duluth-based curling squad represented Team USA today well with a 5-4 win over Team China at the World Curling Championships up in Calgary, Alberta. They'll take on Sweden tomorrow morning. And in NBA tonight, Timberwolves fall to the Memphis Grizzlies 108, and the Bucks currently at halftime leading by 6 over the Trailblazers. It has been 705 days since the UMD softball team played a game at home in Duluth. Since April of 2019, only 6 players from that team remain on their current roster. And the new-look Bulldogs finally hit the field this afternoon against Wayne State. Game 1 of their doubleheader turned out to be a pretty good one. Bulldogs were down 4-2 in the 6th. Jessica Bren already doubled to bring in a run. Then Cloquet's own Kiana Bender coming in clutch, base knock up the middle to tie the game. Superior's Maddie Staria got through the 7th with no damage done in the circle. And in the bottom of the 7th, UMD went to work. Taylor Conan gets 1, and next up, Kelly Swank yanks 1 into left. Gets past the outfielder. Taylor, get on your horse, safe standing up at home. UMD walks off Wayne State in their opener, 5-4 the final. And in game 2, they kept it rolling. Bulldogs allowed nothing, scoring 6 for the sweep. And the Bulldog baseball team was also at home this afternoon. They lost game 1 4-3 to Upper Iowa. In game 2, over at the Wade, no score in the second. Aaron Hinnekamp sneaks 1 into the gap in center. Bulldogs looking to get a threat going. He has some wheels as well. Gets the green light to swipe second, and he's in there. UMD has a runner in scoring position, but the Peacocks get a ground ball to get out of it. Then in the 3rd, Ben Shepard gives up a base hit to right. Upper Iowa takes the lead, and UMD goes on to score 2 unanswered, 2-1 for the split. And that's going to do it for sports this evening. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
You don't need a reason to grab the DQ Chicken and Biscuits basket. With 100% all-white meat chicken strips, golden fries, warm pepper gravy, and, oh yeah, 7 fluffy mini biscuits. But if you do want a reason, mini biscuits turn any meal into a mini celebration all on their own. Hooray for mini biscuits, part of the DQ Chicken and Biscuits basket. DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
You got the gear, but do you have the internet to power it? Go full speed. Get extreme internet starting at $19.99 a month for a year. Show your tech some respect and see what it can really do with speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig, powerful in-home Wi-Fi, and 99.99% network reliability. Get extreme internet starting at $19.99 a month for a year and get ready to go full speed. Dial 844-EXTREME2.
Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. Because of this, we built Ford Edge with intelligent all-wheel drive. Because of this, we built Ford EcoSport to give you traction when and where you need it. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now, for a limited time, get $5,000 in total cash on an Edge. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams.
American Family Insurance.
Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Menards has what you need to create your ideal outdoor space. Landscape yourself and save with Menards' great selection of concrete landscape blocks. Whether it's flawless landscaping, a spacious patio, or a sturdy retaining wall, there's no limit to what you can create with so many styles and options to choose from. Pick up these interlock edgers for just 79 cents each after 11% rebate right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
Dave, it is Friday and it's a holiday weekend. That's kind of exciting.
Yeah, happy Easter to both of you, dear friends.
Yes, you too.
Yeah, I think I'll have a gathering at my own home on Sunday because of COVID, keeping things close to home. And it should be fairly decent weather. Saturday, perhaps a little bit better than Sunday. Mostly sunny and 64 on Saturday. Then for Sunday, a little cooler, a little cloudier, and some much-needed rain could start to pop up on Monday. Could last through Wednesday. Not great chances, but the best we have this week.
Have a safe and happy Easter.